And look how beautiful that is. I mean, love it. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video. We are doing my freaking favorites of August. How is it September? I'm freaking out, but I'm freaking out every month. What else is new? I'm freaking out. I'm excited to get into this video. I have some good favorites this month, and a couple of new ones, I think. Yeah, no, I have a good amount of new ones, so I'm excited to get into this video. And I don't know, I'm just jazzed. I love September. I'm sorry, I'm just one of those people that just doesn't really like summer, and I know it's blasphemous against the law. Lock me up, but I don't like summer. I just don't like sweating. My chest knee, my back knee gets bad in summer. And it's just not honestly the vibe for me, but I know a lot of people love summer. My husband's favorite season is summer. I mean, he's wrong, but his favorite season is summer. Whereas my favorite season's fall, which makes me so basic, I know, but my preferences are kind of the cooler months. So not necessarily like how deep, dark sometimes winter gets. Like by the end, you're like, okay, we get it. We get it. But I really like spring and fall because there's like that really like, there's something about those seasons that kind of gives me a new beginnings vibes. And it's probably because of school, because I feel like fall always made it feel like it's a new year, it's a new vibe, let's do this thing. And spring marks the end of winter, and we've all been cold and we are done with the amount of snow that we get. So like those months kind of give me like hope, vibes, makes me excited. So I'm really excited to get in this video. I'm gonna stop yapping. We're gonna get into it. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into my August clean beauty favorites. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna kind of do what I normally do. I'm just gonna grab and go. I have like a whole basket in front of me. So I'm gonna kind of just grab. I'm not gonna do in like any particular order. I'm gonna do makeup first. Then I'm gonna kind of finish with skincare, hair, all of that stuff. Let's get into it. So first things first. All right, let me just kind of grab some complexion products. So my favorite concealer this month has been the Rose Inc Concealer. However, let me tell you that I've been using this more because I've had the concealer I'm about to talk about less. So this is my favorite this month right now because this is the one I grabbed the most this month because I have this one longer. The one that is actually my favorite this month and has kind of replaced this on the vanity, I can't believe it, is the Coolfee Concealer. So this I've been using less, but this is definitely like, she's it for me right now. Both are beautiful concealers. The Coolfee one has a little bit more of a dewy finish, and it kind of sets up. It's just a really good concealer. I've done a full review, so I'm not going to jab on too much about it. And I just recently did it, so if you want to see my full review, go check that out. You want to see my full try on, all that jazz, it's in that video. But these are definitely my two most grabbed. Like my under eyes have been dark, you guys. And these have kind of been giving me the vibe, which is great because they've really been giving me the rested look, something I never am because I don't sleep, you guys. It's so bad. But these have been my favorite concealers. Now for on my face, my favorite concealer has also been the Merit Beauty Foundation Concealer Stick. This is the old packaging. They have new packaging and it has more in it, so it has a lot more than came in the original. This is the original like launch. I wear the shade Buff and I like this for pinpointing around my face, even though I'm not wearing that today and I have like a good amount of hyperpigmentation, a little bit of acne on my face. And if you want to see how I got this look, it's in the video before this, but this is really, really great. And I'm actually not using that today. And if you want to see what helped with my hyperpigmentation, check out that video. Okay, so the next. Summer Friday Skin Tint. I've been grabbing this a ton since I got it. It's been probably half the month, so it's not really fair to put this in, but I've been grabbing this a ton. I've also been grabbing the Westman Atelier nonstop since I got it, but I've had that even less than I've had this one, so I don't feel right putting that in technically. But this I've been grabbing nonstop. It's just giving me the most hydrated, fun look. And since I've been kind of grabbing, I've been on like the go a little bit more this month, I feel like. And because it's actually been decent a couple days, I've been like doing more walks and going outside, and this has been amazing. Just slapping it on. I've been loving doing makeup again. Before I was kind of just like drowning in sweat. I'm not doing that anymore because it's not, oh, my sweater looks crazy. It's not as sweaty anymore, which is amazing. And this is great. This is so, like, I love this. I did a full review on this too, so I'm not going to gab on, but this is really good. I wear the shade 5 in this. In the Kulfi one, I wear the shade Mango Drop. I'm going to link everything down below with the shades I use, but these are really, really good. I, like, love this skin tint. And if you're looking for something to sheer, with sheer to light coverage, this is your girl. She's really good. Okay, next. Ooh, let's do this because I've been grabbing this a ton this month too, which is, I was grabbing this for a while, then I wasn't grabbing this for, I kind of like switched out of using this. This is the Exa Beauty Primer. I love this. This gives me really hydrated, plumped up looking skin. It just creates a really smooth canvas to the face, and product just glides on seamlessly on top of this, and this again just makes me look hydrated, feel plumped up, and this is really good. I love this. I've talked about this in a bunch of other favorites videos, and it makes my makeup last longer, which is great. Love this. Okay, next. What's next? Ooh, guys, I've been kind of moving into my powders again. I've been loving powders. I love creams, but powders are just it, man. I've been grabbing this again, just nonstop. The Ilia Powder Bronzer, you know I love this stuff. And in the shade Novelty, I love this. This is so good. It just melts into the skin, and I love the shade. I think I'm kind of considering getting another shade though. I know, who am I? I want to get another shade because this is so good. And I'm kind of interested in trying one of their newer shades that they have, but this is really great. I mean, I've talked about this nonstop in other videos before. This has been kind of a tried and true, always in favorites videos kind of vibe. Just depends on the time of year. I'm really getting back into using like more powdery stuff. Powder stuff just lasts longer for the most part. This is great. Okay, next. I've also still been grabbing my favorite cream bronzers, so I have these still nonstop. The LYS Beauty Bronzer and the Rose Ink Bronzer. They're just so good. Undertones are amazing, super creamy. The LYS Beauty Bronzer is a little bit more on the creamy side, but both just like seamlessly blend into the face and just give you a really healthy looking bronze. And both these shades are amazing. So this is shade Harmony. This is lighter than the shade that I have in the Rose Ink one. In the shade Rose Ink, I have the shade Seychelles. They're both great bronzers. The Rose Ink has more, not Rose Ink, the LYS Beauty has more shade options. So if you want more variety in shade options, then the Rose Ink, get it together. The LYS Beauty one is definitely going to be for you, but the Rose Ink one is great, and this is a beautiful shade, and their undertones are, if you are a neutral type of folk, right? Like you love neutrals and you have a hard time finding more neutral tones in bronzers, both of these are great. This is even more neutral, the Rose Ink one. This one has a little bit of a neutrally warm undertone, but it's like amazing. I'm obsessed with both of these. Love both. Okay, next. And I've tried both of these on camera in my reviews of them. So if you want to see them in action, you can see them in those videos. Okay, so the next, should I move on to? Okay, oh, I've been using this highlighter nonstop this month. I mean, this summer, this highlighter just has been it for me. The Rose Ink highlighter in the shade Prismatic. I mean, it's just so good. It melts into the skin. It gives me a really beautiful highlight. And it's a little bit thicker than the one that I was grabbing before this, which I still am obsessed with, the Minori one. I believe that there are 5 shade options in the Rose Ink and 2 in the Minori, but I still love the Minori. The Minori is also a lighter consistency. Both are amazing, but I've been grabbing this nonstop. So good. Okay, next. Brows. So I've been grabbing the Rose Ink Clear Brow Gel. I've talked about this a million times, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but I'm obsessed with this brow gel. It's really, really good. And the Westman Atelier brow pencil. I just love it. It's just so good. I wear the shade Bark in this. And this is definitely my most grabbed brow pencil by far for the past like 3 months or however long I've had this. It's really, really good. And this has been my favorite brow gel since literally I got it. It's just so freaking good. I'm obsessed with it. So the next. Okay, I'm shocked that I'm like grabbing this. The Ilia Matte Eye Tint, is that what it's called? Yeah, Matte Eye Tint. It's like a liquid to powder kind of vibe. I'm actually wearing this on my eyes today. I'm obsessed with it. This is the shade Tannin. Now I've used their metallic shades and those weren't necessarily my favorite. I mean, they're good, but I definitely prefer their mattes. It's just so good and they do not budge. They do not budge. They literally stay in place. I don't put any primer down or anything and they don't move at all. And that's amazing. They're really good. It's just beautiful. I love this. I want to get more shades. Again, this is the shade Tannin, and this is going to be an amazing color for fall. I'm so glad I tried this because this is definitely so, so good. And I'm really into mattes right now. I love me a shimmer but sometimes a matte is just the vibe, you guys. It's so good. Okay, so the next, oh, let's do eyeliner. So I've been grabbing this again nonstop, the Personal Cosmetics brown eyeliner. This is like, it literally doesn't budge. It's so good. This and the Kulfi I've been kind of grabbing interchangeably, the Kulfi eyeliner, but I've been grabbing this one a little bit more. This one just is such a good eyeliner. It glides on. The only thing is if you want to smudge it, you have to work really, really, really quick. So if I want to do a smudgy eye look, which is that's definitely coming in back into style, you know, we're going back to Avril Lavigne, it feels like, and I'm not mad at it. But if you want something that gives more of that, like it moves around a little bit more, the Victoria Beckham Beauty eyeliners are probably better suited. This one still smudges, but in terms of my favorite smudgy ones, I kind of prefer that one or the Calorie Beauty, but this has been the eyeliner I've been grabbing nonstop. So good. Now, this mascara's back, you guys. First of all, I ordered a new one. So the other one I had was so expired, and this mascara has a smell when it expires, which is great because like nothing is like, I just don't, unless something smells expired or feels like it's expired, I don't get rid of it, which is gross, I know. So I'm like happy that this has a smell so that then I'm like, okay, time for a new one. So I got a new one of the Ilia Limitless Mascara and it's so freaking good. This is my favorite mascara of all time. It's just so good. I've talked about this a ton. Actually, a lot of these products I've talked about a ton, even though the ones I'm going to talk about kind of coming up next, I haven't talked about as much, but these are, because I haven't talked about them actually at all on the channel, but this is like such a good mascara. I'm actually wearing my lashes today. Look how cute. Look how cute. Love. So good. Okay, next. Okay, next. Oh, let's do this, because this is in the same vein as eyes. So, this eyelash curler, now that I know you guys use eyelash curlers, I like talk about them more. I love this. This is the Shiseido eye curler. This is eyelash curler. This is great. The way that I find the best way to use eyelash curlers in general, and I know a lot of people struggle because they feel like it pinches. The way that I avoid pinching is I actually look straight ahead into a mirror. I don't like look down. I look straight ahead into a mirror and curl it like that. If I look down, I end up pinching myself more. I don't know why. If I look straight ahead and do it, then I don't have to worry about pinching, and I feel like that is a good trick. If you feel like sometimes like you can pinch yourself or you struggle with that, I feel like a lot of the time we look down into mirrors that we have, not necessarily straight ahead all the time. I mean, maybe that's just me, but I feel like I look down into mirrors a lot more when I'm doing like my lashes, because when I do my mascara, I like to look down into a mirror so I don't get mascara all over my lid, unless I'm like doing mascara on camera or something like that. In my everyday day-to-day, I like to look down and apply it so that I don't get mascara all over my lid, but when I'm curling my lashes, I like to look straight ahead. Great eyelash curler, and although it's not the cheapest eyelash curler, I believe it's like 23 bucks, 22 bucks. This is great, and it comes with an extra pad thingy, so when you have to replace this, it already has one, which is great. Okay, next. Let's talk about what's on my lips. So, I have been back on my Victoria Beckham lip liner kick, and I've been grabbing the brown one a ton. I'm just back, I'm like in more of a fall mood right now, so I'm grabbing more of my fall tones. But I've been loving the Victoria Beckham lip liners. You know how I feel about them. They're just so good. Actually, the shade I'm wearing today, I'm wearing this lip liner and something else on top, but I'm wearing the shade 2. I love this. This is my second one of the shade 4. This is my first one of the shade 2, and I'm getting through it real quick. Let me just add a little bit more, because you can never have too much lip liner. I love these lip liners. They're not drying. They're just so good. I don't know how to explain them. They're incredible, and their shades are amazing. You can't go wrong. I also have the shade 5, which is their more brown shade. I also have their red. And I think I have 4 of their lip liners, and I believe they only have like 7 or something. So I have a lot of their lip liners, but these are really good. You can't go wrong. And although they're not the cheapest lip liners, I believe they're $24 if you don't get the sharpener, $26 if you do get the sharpener, but really, really good. I've also been grabbing this lip liner a ton. I'm loving this tone. This is the Kosas Hot Liner. Someone's called it Hot Liner in the shade Peak. I've been loving this. And it's just like a really comfortable wear. The shade is beautiful, and I mean, it's not like I think it claims to be plumping. I could be wrong. Yeah, it says it's a hyaluronic acid plumping lip liner. I don't notice any plumping, but I feel like I normally don't notice any plumping from products in general. I don't know why. I just feel like my lips don't really plump or something, or I just don't notice. I'm not like paying enough attention. But this is a great lip liner. I've been loving this too, and it's just great. Okay, let's talk about what I'm wearing on top of it. These, what are these called? These are These are from the brand Rowan, and these are their liquid lip balms. I'm going to be talking about Rowan going forward. Like, I'm going to talk about them in a different video. They actually sent me a bunch of stuff, which is great, but I've tried their liquid lip balms before, and I actually really like them. I lost mine, so I'm glad that they actually gave me some, but I really like these. So these are the two shades that I've just been loving nonstop. So the shade Charlie, which is the one I'm wearing today, and then the shade Jude specifically, they're just so good and so hydrating. Let me apply a little bit of Charlie on top. Jude is gonna be like my fall lip color of dreams, more like berry. Wait, this is the right shade, right? Yeah, berry tone of dreams. It's just so good. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on top. They're just so hydrating. They have a little bit of shine, but it's not too much. And they just make your lips look so hydrated. They're really good. I really like these, and I'm really excited to talk. I know I've gotten questions about talking about Rowan Beauty before. I'm going to talk about them, give you the full scoop, but I really enjoy their liquid lip balms. And if you're someone who has really dry lips and sometimes lip glosses just don't do enough, and you're less of a like lip oil person, liquid lip balms are the vibe. These are really good. Okay, next we're going to talk about powder, Amicole powder. I've been using this non-stop this month. I just love it. And in general, this is just my go-to powder. I also really like the Kosas one if you want something that isn't quite like as loose, because I know not everyone loves the loose powder, which I normally don't either, but the Amicole changed my mind about that. They're just so good. But this is so good. Puts my makeup in place. I'm actually wearing it today, but still lets my dew through. I've been in studio lights for so long, so I'm real sweaty and real hot, but this is really great. Sets everything in place, and it's like a soft matte. I've talked about this a ton. I'm obsessed. Okay, next we're gonna move on to cheeks, and then we have skincare. So I have a couple cheek products. I've been grabbing a ton this month. Now, I have been loving powders. Let's talk about the cream first. I've been grabbing this nonstop. I'm actually wearing this one on my cheeks today. This is the shade Ladybird from Ilia. This is their multi-stick. Now, I love this. It's just such a good one. It gives, I don't know, it's just, look at that shade. It's just gorgeous. It's just the vibe of my makeup today is this. It's just so good, and just melts into the skin, looks really pretty, and you can get really light color, or you can build it up, which is amazing. I like something that's more versatile. Sometimes when something's super pigmented, it can ruin your life in a second, or ruin your makeup in a second, and then it takes you forever to blend it out, whereas this you can kind of build it up, which is nice. I really like these. Okay, next, powder. I've been using this a ton, the Bare Minerals bronzer, Gen Nude bronzer blush duo thingy. This is so good. This is the shade Kiss of Pink. I'm about to start transitioning to the shade Kiss of Copper, because I have two of the shades. They have 3 shades total, because we're moving into fall, you guys, and we're moving into less pinky tones, but I love this. This is so good. This blush just melts into the skin. I love a powder that just melts into the skin and still gives me my cheeks life, because sometimes matte powders can be a little too much. Not a little too much, but they can feel really flat. This one, it isn't like fully matte. It has like a little bit of sheen to it, and definitely gives me the similar vibes to the Hourglass ambient lighting blushes. If you like those, you probably really will like this. It's really good. Okay, next. I love Cover FX. You know that I love Cover FX. I've talked about their concealer a ton. That concealer is one of my top concealers. I love their concealers, and if I want something more full coverage, I'm slapping that in my bag and like just going out the door, under eyes. That's the concealer I actually wore on my wedding day. Great wedding day concealer, because it's super full coverage, but it's natural looking, but it's also hydrating. And like it doesn't like dry out your under eyes. But I digress. Can we talk about blush? This blush duo. So this is the Cover FX monochromatic blush duo, and I'm freaking obsessed with this shade. I get the shade Warm Honey, and this is going to be just like my fall color. I love this kind of shade for fall. It is beautiful. So I love both of these. They're incredible. I like to wear them together. I'll even wear this one alone. If I want something a little bit more shimmery, I don't want to maybe have like too much pigmentation. The matte color is so pigmented. So you got a light touch, you guys, because it can get a little bit crazy. It can get a little bit crazy. I love sometimes, like having super pigmented blush though can be like you just have to like know that it's pigmented. This is really pigmented, really good, beautiful flush to the cheek, and the shimmer is just, it's so good. I just really like it, but the shimmer isn't like, I don't know how to explain it. It has like a sheen to it, but it's not super duper glittery at all. It just gives like a healthy flush. I'm obsessed. I love Cover FX. I've actually had this in the past, these like duos, but I had a different shade and that broke and I never replaced it. I was so sad when it broke because it literally shattered all over my bathroom, and it was one of those like shatters that wasn't salvageable because like everything kind of shattered. I dropped it from really high up and everything kind of shattered. There was like nothing left in the pan, but also like the way it shattered on the ground was it all shattered into a million dust particles as opposed to like chunks where I could kind of like pick it up and like smash it back in the thing and like make it work. So I never replaced it. I'm really glad I replaced it because this is really good. Let's get into the skincare. So first, the Kosas deodorant. It's just so freaking good. I just am obsessed with it and I never stop using this. And as we're moving into sweater weather, where we're getting bulkier stuff on top, which means our pits are gonna be sweating more, because you know when you like have a million layers on when it gets colder and then you're just literally sweating through when you have to like walk to work or you have to walk anywhere, or you're just like existing in a sweater, sometimes you get like real sweaty pits. This is great because I'm not gonna smell. I just love this. I used this last year. I'm using this. I love this. It's so good. And if you struggle being smelly, or you struggle with deodorants in general, or you struggle with like dark underarms, this is a good one. AHA, real good. Huge fan. Okay. Oh, let's do, guys, I got a new one. This is the K-Skin, what is this? The Isle Glow Face Lotion SPF 45. I love this. It's so beautiful. Let me do a little bit on the back of my hand so you can see. So this is the shade, and I'm gonna kind of, my monitor isn't working, so I hope that it's kind of zooming in on this because I can't tell. So this is what it looks like. It's beautiful, it has a beautiful sheen. I mean, I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. And it's just SPF 45. Who don't want more SPF? I feel like SPF 30 just like ain't enough. It's just not enough. Not for me at least. And look how beautiful that is. I mean, love it. Okay, and then last but not least, the face cream I've been grabbing nonstop. This is my second one. This is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Firming Collagen Cream. Now I can actually read it because before it got all like the package I had before this was like all messed up. The package I had before this though also had like the brand name come off, so I think that just like happens. But this is so good, so hydrating, but not too hydrating. It's good for summertime. It's also good going into colder months where I get dryness, I get dehydrated really easily. This is really good. It wears underneath makeup really, really well. It makes my skin look really good. Overall, I'm a big fan of First Aid Beauty. You know that. I talk about them all the time. But this is so good, and I highly recommend if you need a new face cream and you're kind of like, oh, sometimes some face creams feel too heavy, like the texture feels too heavy. This is super hydrating, but it doesn't have that heavy feeling to it. It's like feels like a very lightweight like face cream, but it's not like liquidy like some lightweight face creams. And it definitely makes you feel like you're wearing something, but it doesn't like overwhelm, if that makes sense. It's really good. I love First Aid Beauty. Every time I like try new things, and I'm trying new stuff all the time, anytime I like start using new face creams or start trying out new things and then I am done with that or I'm done testing that and I have my thoughts, and I'm always like missing the First Aid Beauty. And yeah, that is it for my August Clean Beauty favorites. Cannot believe we're moving into September, but I'm excited because you guys, you know what I've done? I bought all my fall candles, and like I bought a lot of them, and I'm actually burning one right now because I love the smell of like apple orchards and whatever. It just gives me like such happiness. So I am excited that we're moving into September. October is my favorite month of the year. What is your favorite month of the year? Let me know down below. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.